Welcome back to my channel, Lipka. Life is beautiful, conditions apply. And the conditions we live with are nothing but our habits. And we are going to talk about habits today. There's a famous saying, choose your habits carefully. They decide your future. Now guys, when we form our habits, जब हम अपनी आदतें बनाते हैं, तो there are two circles in our life which play a big role in forming our habits. और वो दो सर्कल हैं, circle of concern and circle of influence. आपने कहीं सुना होगा, समझा होगा. ये दो सर्कल्स आते हैं स्टीवन कवी की फेमस किताब 7 Habits of Most Effective People से. So let's understand कि ये circle of influence होता क्या है, ये circle of concern होता क्या है. So let's start from circle of concern first. Now let's say there are two people who are trying to do their jobs, trying to be successful in their life, trying to get some promotions in their life. They work hard. At the end of the day, both of them fail to get promotion. And later, if you interview them, when you ask them a question, what do you think? Why did you fail? हो सकता है कि पहला आदमी ये जवाब दे, it's not my mistake, it's other people's mistake. Why did company failed? कंपनी की ही स्ट्रेटजीज गलत थी, बॉस ही मुझे पसंद नहीं करता है, बहुत पॉलिटिक्स है इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. सो ये आदमी, दिस पर्सन इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एवरीथिंग, ऑल द एक्सक्यूजेस कमिंग फ्रॉम सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न. सो बेसिकली सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न वो दायरा है, वो सर्कल है जहां आप एक्सक्यूजेस ढूंढते हो, वो दायरा जहां आप टाइम वेस्ट करते हो, वो सर्कल which doesn't have a direct impact on your performance, on your life. और हम उस सर्कल में जीते रहते हैं, and we keep dwelling in that, we keep crying, we keep whining. Now let's talk about the circle of influence. What is a circle of influence? Circle of influence वो है where you mend your attitude. You work on your education, your own hobbies, which have direct impact on the success and the quality of your life. That is your circle of influence. Now, usually, the circle of concern is always big because that takes the maximum time out of your life. And circle of influence is very, very small, which impacts most part of your life. We can say, guys, the circle of concern is more of a reactive. My boss is not good, my products are bad, there's too much competition in the market. Whereas you have to work proactively. And that proactiveness will come from your circle of influence. And that's what Stephen Covey say. The first habit you should follow is proactiveness. A proactiveness which will come from your circle of influence. हम कुछ ऐसे काम जो हम रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में करते हैं. For example, we watch movies, we watch web series these days. Like lots of time goes on social media. We sit with our friends, chat for long hours. So this all activities are basically a part of which circle? Did you guess it right? Yes, the circle of concern. How does watching a movie, how does watching a web series, how does sitting for a long time with your friends and spending time just chit-chatting is going to help in your life? What kind of impact is going to have? This is just a time waster. I'm not saying don't stop watching movies, stop watching web series. No. Why? Because you have to rest, you have to relax, you have to keep yourself entertained enough. But that doesn't mean that you spend 8 hours of a day watching web series. So if you feel a little stressed, you are worn out, आपको थोड़ा relax करना है, go and watch a couple of episodes or maybe a good movie. Just relax yourself. All these movies, web series, this is for relaxation. You can't go away from social media. You have to keep abreast with what's going on in the world. Lots of learning is happening through social medias these days. For example, spaces like Twitter. You know what's going on, what leader is saying what's happening in certain part of or certain corner of the world. But how does that impact your own life? Not directly. Indirectly, yes. Can you change alone can change your country? No, you can't. But what you can change? You can change your environment, the environment you live in, the people you are in contact with. You can change first the member of your own house, maybe, or maybe the area you live in. Once you start impacting those, then you can start thinking it's a chain reaction. And then you give your contribution towards changing the world. But you alone can't do it, man. Stephen Covey writes in his book, begin with the end in the mind. So if you want to achieve something, first thing first, you should know your destination, where you want to be in next 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Set up a goal for yourself. Now there are 3 types of people. 3 तरह के लोग होते हैं दोस्तों. वो जो सपने लेते हैं और सिर्फ सपने लेते हैं. They keep dreaming. And eventually they become daydreamers. और कुछ ऐसे लोग भी देखे हैं मैंने जिनके कोई ड्रीम नहीं होता है. But they work very hard. Lots of action in their life. Keep running, keep chasing things, keep working hard, keep making some money. But they don't know where they want to reach. They don't have end in their mind. Dreaming, and becoming a daydreamer is nothing but basically a time wasting. And you just waste your time. And action without any dream, without any goal is just a waste of energy. You're wasting lots of energy where you are doing lots of things but you don't know where you want to reach. So what is the right combination? The right combination is you should dream, you should know where you want to reach, and then start putting action to your dream. Guys, dream plus action becomes reality. Right. And move ahead. So guys, a takeaway from today's video is that I need to spend time on circle of influence rather than circle of concern. Expand your circle of influence and contract your circle of concern. Don't spend time. So one takeaway, one action I would like to give it to you. Start wearing a rubber band on your wrist. And any time during the day, just look at the band and remember and just recall and just think activity right at that moment of time, whatever the activity you are doing, is this the activity related to a circle of concern or that activity is a circle of influence? Whether this activity is impacting your personal life or this activity is just a time waster. If the activity is a time waster, it is not impacting your life, that means you are in your circle of concern. Guys, if you want to make your life beautiful, start mending your habits. Try to do it for just 30 days. And you see how things will start changing for you. 30 दिन practice कीजिए बस. Right habits, right activities, and you'll see how it will start making impact in your life. If you do anything for 30 days, eventually it will become a habit. Stephen Covey says, be a light. In fact, be a model, not be a critical. So you have to lead your life by example. Now talking about the dream, always dream big. You write the script of your life. What do you want? And then start putting action to it and take the responsibility. So to build the right habits, right conditions in your beautiful life, the three things you need to look into is: one, be proactive. Begin with the end in the mind. You should know where you want to reach. You should have goal in your mind. And last but not the least, put first thing first. Be in the circle of influence rather than circle of concern. Thank you so very much, guys. Like, share and subscribe. Jai Ho.